Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary and this is where we embrace the mess, the stress, and all the rest with love and laughter and our very best. I want to share something that's been coming up in my mind lately, and I feel like maybe I'm getting this feeling to share it because it also will speak to you. There are these moments in life where nothing dramatic is happening, right? There's no high, no crisis, no breakthrough, just this sort of in-between space that is neutral, that is quiet, and that is almost like a pause. And it can often feel boring. And honestly, that space used to make me feel uncomfortable, and sometimes it still does, very much so. Because I grew up, like most of us did, being raised in this constant flow of stimulation. We are constantly stimulated, sometimes not by choice. Sometimes it feels comforting for us to be stimulated, right? Because it's all we've been used to. We're always surrounded by noise, busy schedules, screens, goals, expectations, something always pulling at our attention without even realizing it. I got trained to believe that movement equals meaning, that something always has to be happening for me to be okay. And when nothing is happening, then the ego, your subconscious mind, is just like, okay, like, we need to do whatever it takes for us to be okay, even though we are okay in the moment. We go into this like survival mode of like, what's next? What's next? Because we're not used to the stillness. That stillness must mean that I'm lost or that I'm falling behind. But now that I'm seeing it differently, I ask myself, what if this nothingness isn't empty, right? Like, what if it's sacred? Because here is what I realized. Until we can be at peace in the quiet, until we can find contentment that nothing big is going on, we'll always be chasing, right? We'll always be seeking for something to finally make us whole, for us to feel okay. But the truth is, wholeness isn't found in the next big thing. Wholeness is found when we stop seeking, we stop searching. When we sit with ourselves in that neutral space and remember that I'm already enough. And yeah, I know it's easier said than done. It's not easy at all sometimes, especially when you're in the thick of it, because the ego doesn't like this space. It always wants to fill the gap with distractions, with to-do lists, and even fake urgency. And it doesn't know what to do when there's nothing to fix. But I want to ask you something, and I mean this gently. What if there's nothing wrong with where you are right now? What if there's nothing wrong with where you are right now? What if the discomfort that you are experiencing isn't a sign that something is missing, but that something is healing? You might be in this quiet season because your soul is integrating. You might be floating because life is inviting you to trust the current, not force it, not rush it, but to just be. So think about that for a moment, right? When was the last time that you gave yourself permission to just be without needing to explain or justify or prove anything? Can you remember a time in your life when you were rushing, trying to get to the next thing, and then realize later that the in-between space was where the real growth happened? I've started calling these moments holy neutrality because it's not up, it's not down, it's that space in the middle, right? And that space, that's where true presence lies. That's where you meet God. And I know God is a very vague word. It doesn't resonate with everyone, so replace it with whatever resonates with you. That's where you meet life. That's where you meet love. You don't meet it in the noise, right? You meet it in stillness. There's a line in one of my favorite books called The Way of Mastery that stuck with me. And it says, rest in not knowing, trust in not striving. The moment is enough, always. So let me repeat that. Rest in not knowing, trust in not striving. This moment is enough, always. So now when the itch shows up, like there should be something happening, I don't try to silence it anymore. I just breathe and say that I see you, but I'm okay right here. I see you, but I'm okay right here. I'm safe. And I'll ride the wave. I'll let neutrality be the medicine, right? Because I know that the rhythm of life is always moving and that the high will come again, so will the low. But this quiet, this space in between, it's not a mistake, right? It's a gift. It's a break. We're not used to breaks because We're always constantly being flooded with highs and lows, and then we ask ourselves, when are we going to catch a break? And then when we catch the break, we're like, okay, what's the next thing? It's like, what do you want? You're being given what you want. And so really asking you to maybe rewire that belief about the space, that it's a gift, it's a break. So I want to ask you this gently, because I don't want to teach anything at all. I ask these questions and I let you in my space of awareness so that you could tend to yourself, tend to your inner guru to come up with answers on your own, because you already know, you know these things. Sometimes you just need the little reminder that life and you are your best teacher. You are your own guide. And if you really look within your heart, the answers are already there. Sometimes we just need to be inspired, to be willing, to be open to the quiet, to that space where all the answers lie. And it's not in the noise. Like I said, it's in the quiet, it's in the stillness, it's in the in-between, it's in the neutrality. So a question that I ask myself that I now offer to you is, one, what do you tend to reach for when you're uncomfortable in the quiet? What do you tend to reach for when you're uncomfortable in the quiet? What would it feel like to stop running and rest in the nothingness? Can you trust that even when life feels still, that you are still being moved gently, softly from the inside out? Again, there's no right answer. Just sit with these, right? Let them move through you. Contemplate, ponder. You already have the answers. Sometimes we just need to write it down or speak it out loud so that we can get these divine downloads of why we think the way that we think, why we act the way that we act, why we believe certain things that we believe. And if you're in that in-between space right now, floating in the neutral, I want you to know that I'm here too, and it's okay. We're safe. We're not alone. And actually, it's more than okay, right? It's a holy ground. Take your time with this, let it breathe. And if this speaks to where you are right now, I'd love to hear more. How are you sitting with this neutrality, and what is it teaching you? Again, this is short and sweet. And I just thank you so much for being here. And I hope that you have a wonderful day and that you rest in this in-between space with love, with peace, with reverence, knowing that you deserve this break and that it is a gift. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Namaste.